we're back, folks.
Back again, episode 2.
Episode 2.
What a wild journey it's been.
It has been a wild couple of weeks.
It certainly has. A YouTube channel just got started.
Oh, yeah, no, so, yeah, we do have a YouTube channel, if anyone's interested. If you're probably listening to it on the YouTube channel, but, you know, the Just the Two of Us podcast YouTube channel.
We officially have reached about 50 to 60 views on our first episode, which is fantastic.
We're at about 54 views on our first episode.
That is incredible to think about.
Thank you to our 14 subscribers that are already tuned in. The
We
first episode is out already, by the way, if anyone's interested and want to go back and listen to it.
Go back to where it all began, if you will.
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Exactly. Thank you, and we hope that the sounds of our buttery smooth voices are just making your days a little easier. So whatever you may be doing, whatever crazy things may be going on in your life, you can put those all to rest now, because now it's just the two of us. Hi, I'm Alan Agostino.
And I'm Michael McDonald.
And welcome to the official ska fan podcast. We're rebranding. It's all ska all the time.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get the memo.
Well, surprise. I hope you like Real Big Fish and the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
I only like one song by them.
Oh, well, you should change that.
No.
Why?
Because overall they're just stupid songs. They're just a lot of horns. That's all they do is just play like 10 different types of horns, and then that's it.
Let me tell you a little something about fun, okay? Because clearly you don't know what that is. So, if you want to have fun, the most fun music genre is ska, and you can't change my mind about that one. You can't.
No,
you
because
can't.
I didn't know it existed till about 4 weeks ago.
Exactly, but it's the greatest music in the world. Ska is the best genre. It came before reggae. It's the most important one. It's the best. Real Big Fish, come out and play our college music festival, please.
Oh, they're not going to do that.
They might.
I really would hope we get someone cooler.
What could be cooler than Real Big Fish?
Who did we get last year?
Young the Giant?
Yeah, whoever the heck they was. I didn't know who they were till they showed up here.
I mean, they're nice and all, but they're not.
They were fun. They were cool.
They're not Real Big Fish.
They're not real. Look, if they just played it's the one song that I like, and it's just a meme.
So there's an ongoing meme amongst our friend group. Anytime something exciting happens, we immediately turn to the wonderful song "Superman" by Goldfinger. You might recognize it if you played Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the PlayStation 1 or 2 as a kid.
Oh, it's so old.
So old school.
But it's such a good game.
It's such a good song.
But I don't really see we just do it as a meme, so I can't take it seriously with you.
But it's a meme, but it's fun.
I mean, it's upbeat. I give it that. It's fun. It's not
fun.
like it's a bad song to listen to.
It's not.
I enjoy it.
Anytime something fun happens, just whip out the old Goldfinger. It's like there it is.
You did when we decided to go bowling out of the blue.
Yeah, that was an experience.
I'm still pissed off at you.
Why?
Because you're actually a really decent bowler, and I did not expect it.
I didn't expect it either.
But then again, you used the bumpers, so you had a couple. You had a couple good. You had some good strikes, but you used the bumpers.
So let me tell you something, okay? Bumper bowling is the superior form of bowling.
You're 21 years old.
I don't care. It's the superior form of bowling, and you can't change my mind. Let me tell you something. So you take the bowling ball, and with bumper bowling, all you got to do is just yeet the damn thing, and suddenly you can do all sorts of crazy stuff. But if you do that with normal bowling, and you just start yeeting the ball, you're going to get
Sean
gutters.
DeLong threw it into the lane over from him?
Yeah, like that, and that's bad.
Yeah. How did... He threw the ball into the lane to the left of ours.
I don't know. But I remember this vividly. I was not expecting to bowl well, but then I look at Sean DeLong and I tell him, "All right, it's gamer time," and then proceed to bowl a strike. So
Your first frame. It was the first frame.
the very first frame. I was expecting to just be not be good, but perfect right down the middle. All the pins were gone. I was not.
You still use bumpers. I still don't. You just use bumpers.
Yeah, well, you're no fun.
I used it without bumpers until I realized the game wouldn't be fair if I didn't put on the bumpers. I was the only one in our lane that didn't do bumpers at first until I decided to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the game wouldn't be as fair. So I wanted to do no bumpers. And I bet if we didn't have bumpers, it'd be a little bit of a different story.
Next time.
There's going to be a next time.
I mean, at this point, I feel like there has to be.
It was fun. You can't deny you had fun.
I can't deny I had fun, but the build-up to it was probably what was the most...
It was really stupid because we were debating on what we were doing.
Yeah, I just wanted to get some Chick-fil-A, man.
And we did get Chick-fil-A.
We did get
Not
Chick-fil-A.
sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
Not sponsored by Chick-fil-A, but we do like them chicken, though.
We do like their chicken.
Yes, but it was the build-up leading to this whole adventure because it was just kind of stupid because every single person was arguing about what they wanted to do, and I thought it was very set in stone that we just wanted Chick-fil-A.
It was the four, you, me, Sean, and Beck were supposed to go get Chick-fil-A. And
We sure were.
That was it.
That was it. That was it.
As normally our weekly rendezvous to Chick-fil-A
Go.
go.
Yes.
You know, we have some fun.
You have some fun. You know, eat some chicken. It's nice.
And then we come back here and,
And then what happened? Our plans got sabotaged a little bit, it seems.
well, a particular individual decided to start saying we're going bowling, and then everyone else decided, yeah, let's go bowling.
Let's go
I'm not
bowling.
name dropping that because, you know, it's not very nice.
I know, but I will, Jake.
Wow.
Yeah,
You really just did that to him.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it is his fault.
It was his fault.
I still had fun.
I also had fun.
Either way, I mean, we're going to go either way. It was just a matter of when.
And now it seems that there's like just a whole smorgasbord of various ideas that my club now has for
Laser
bonding
tag's
activities.
next.
I don't think laser tag is next, bud. I think that like smorgasbord was next.
Oh, the Miller's place?
Where,
Oh, no, we're Valentina.
where you can get that like $15 prime rib buffet.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, kind of I'm looking forward to that. You know.
I mean, you and me just both looked at each other when she said prime rib.
And he was like,
$15,
ooh.
And
It was like, ooh, prime rib, yes.
Prime rib, you don't say.
Please tell me more. So that might be next.
Well, today we have to go to the mall after this because you set up that trip.
Yeah, I sure
'Cause you
did.
were a dumbass and forgot and didn't know that you can take the bus for free to the mall here.
Don't call me out on my don't call me out on this.
No, I'm gonna call. I've been calling you out on it all week.
Yeah, I know you have, but
'Cause
don't
you're dumb.
but don't do it on this platform.
It's too late.
It's too late.
No, it's
Oh.
too late. The damage is done.
Well, I know now, and I'm now a smarter person and better person because of it.
Sure.
Yep.
That makes you sleep better at night. Sure.
It sure does. Now, whenever I want to, I can just hop on that bus, go to that food court, and get myself an anti-ant pretzel. Full circle, back to episode 1. How does it feel?
I love those pretzels so much.
I really do. That's not the main reason why we're going to the mall, but it helps.
It's definitely.
It helps. It helps.
It's definitely your main reason for going.
Not
to the mall.
me personally, no, but it helps.
What, you're just gonna get a pretzel and just walk around.
Chilling, you know.
I really like that FYE store actually. I like to go in there because they always have some good movies and stuff like that.
Everywhere is nice. Not sponsored by FYE, by the way.
Not sponsored. That would be cool though.
It would be.
That would be.
Don't think it would happen though. I've never seen a viral FYE sponsorship on anything.
Maybe we could be the first.
Maybe we'll be the first. Hello FYE. If you're interested, call at your boy.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us _ at Gmail.
No, I did underscore. We don't need to put.
We don't need to
email
put the
there,
email out in
there.
public, but for talent inquiries, shoot us a DM.
I'm pretty sure it's in the YouTube, about section. Anyways, you can get our email.
All of our Twitter bios are there too.
Oh yeah,
so
our Twitter, my Instagram's there as well. If you want to go give us a follow,
Wow.
and our Twitters are there. So
wow, look at that.
you can DM us.
You can DM one of
Any
us.
of you can DM us if you have any questions or
Or just want to tell us that we're like cute and we're like, hey, we'll take it.
yeah, I'll pinch your cheeks over there. Just two guys being guys.
Two guys being dudes, you know?
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing
Just
wrong
a couple guys being some dudes, you know? You looking at me over
Stop
the.
looking at me like that.
You're looking at me with that cute ass smile of yours, Michael McDonald.
Thanks. Yeah, I get that a lot. It's always that smile. It's that damn smile.
It's that damn smile. This is already better than episode 1.
Oh, I think a little bit.
Already.
I mean, we haven't gone to rant about food really.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet, at least.
Give
so
it time.
give it time. We totally get there.
It'll probably weave its way around, you know.
Oh my god.
So what you doing at the mall, Mike? Is your girlfriend gonna pick out some outfits for you?
That's the plan.
Oh.
Because you also added the stupid vlogging feature.
Hey, don't blame me for this. She also needs to start vlogging herself.
Oh, I know. But
Two birds with one stone.
Two birds with one stone. She's gonna get a vlog, and then I get to try on an outfit.
You get to do like a whole outfit montage, or I'm assuming that's what she's probably gonna plan.
I'm just going.
You're just here for the ride, you know.
I'm always here for the ride.
Here for the ride. You just gotta let it flow, you know.
I know.
Life advice with Alan Agostino.
Wow. Could we change it? Could I listen to that podcast instead?
No, it's ska. No, sorry. Speaking of ska, I wonder how many ska records we could probably find on that FYE, because there's probably got to be like a whole ska section in there, you know?
I mean, they have all kinds of music there.
Ska's just got to be one of them, you know?
Yeah.
I'll buy you a ska album, and you can listen to it whenever you
I don't
want.
have a record player.
Okay, well,
Actually, my roommate does, though.
ska vinyl.
So
You'll be the coolest man in the world.
Vinyl's coming back.
It really is. I collect vinyl.
Do you collect vinyl?
I do, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Where do you keep them at?
My bedroom at my house.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't really have like a big record player, so I don't really listen to a lot of my records because the one I have is kind of crappy and could damage the printing of it. But
What record player do you have?
I have a Crossman. It was $50, and I got it at my local Ollie's.
Ah.
Yeah, so
good
that was
stuff, cheap.
yeah, that was my first
Yeah.
mistake. So
What kind of what records do you have?
yeah, let's see. Currently in the old rotation, obviously the classic Prince, Purple Rain.
Of course.
LCD Sound System, Sound of Silver, a album that I know that my 401 professor likes. So shout out to you, Dr. Greg. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City, the first Arctic Monkeys record, the first Strokes record. A lot of these are probably going over your head right now.
I'm familiar with them.
Okay.
I just don't listen to them.
So who knows? Maybe I'll whip out the old vinyl if I go to FYE today. Not sponsored by FYE.
Definitely not sponsored by FYE.
Who would sponsor a podcast like this anyways with two jackasses just talking about whatever comes to their mind? I mean, if David Dobrik could do it, I'm sure we could do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to David Dobrik's podcast the other day because Becca likes him,
Mhm.
and they're just as bad as we are,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they get sponsorships.
and they get sponsorships.
But the difference is I think David Dobrik is cuter than us.
He's definitely, I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters about how cute you are. Well, I guess that's appealing to it's marketing.
It's
right?
marketing,
Marketing's
right?
a dirty game.
It really is a dirty game, but like it's a game that you have to play if you want to win in this
It's like
world,
you're
you
selling
know?
your soul to the devil if you're like a marketing major.
Mhm.
It's just like you're just like your whole personality is just gonna change because the corporate world is a very dangerous thing.
The corporate world molds you into this shape. I don't know what shape it is, but it's a shape that's evil, you know?
Evil.
It's a shape that's evil. All these brand deals, all these sponsorships, all these
Money.
corporate
It's all
money.
money.
It's all money.
It all goes back to money.
But you know what they say? It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
That's nice, Mr. Joker.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You just saw The Dark Knight the first time this week?
Basically, I sat down and watched it all the way through for the first time. Yeah.
How the hell have you not seen The Dark Knight until now?
I was just never.
You watched Batman v Superman, but you didn't watch The Dark Knight.
It's funny. It's out of the trilogy. It's the only one I haven't seen at all. I seen the first one and the last one over.
You saw the entirety of The Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins, but you didn't see The Dark Knight.
Nope. It's dumb. I look. It's my fault. Yeah, no. It's really dumb that I'll take full responsibility for that.
Yeah,
one.
that's
There's
really
no
stupid.
One's fault but mine.
Well, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you did.
I really wish there was more Joker on screen.
Well, that was a conscious decision by Christopher Nolan, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
And they left his story up in the air.
Yeah.
The cops got him at the end.
Exactly. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. That would have been amazing to see The Dark Knight Rises with Bane and Joker in it. It would have been. Yeah, you're thinking about it.
I'm thinking about
It
it.
would have been amazing.
Oh, it's kind of cool to have the little Two-Face cameo in there with the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Two-Face was kind of, in that movie.
Did
It
you,
was
get-
cool, but
did you see the new Batsuit for the new Batman?
yeah, I did.
A little iffy on it.
I'm not gonna judge the whole movie though, just based off the costume.
Obviously, yeah.
But I didn't see a cape. Well, I mean, I guess they're trying to go.
The cape does exist. The set photos proved it, but it's just not really shown
But then
off.
again, he was on a motorcycle, so maybe that's like his motorcycle. Maybe he has different outfits for different things.
Or something like that, yeah. I do like how they incorporated the gun that killed his parents into like the bat cowl, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like the logo.
Mhm.
I guess that's also
It's different.
That's a comic. That's in the
It's in the
comic.
comics, but it's never really been translated to live action before, so it's nice. It's different.
I know we talked about this a little bit the last episode, but I'm kind of excited for this movie.
I am too.
Like, I'm not as worried as I was when Ben Affleck was announced as the Batman.
I mean, Ben Affleck was a good actor regardless, so I wasn't worried too much. I was just
I was
hoping
just,
he was given a good script, and surprised he was not.
Zack Snyder really ruined that one.
Yes.
You think it was bad for them to put like their entire movie franchise in the hands of like one director?
I mean, they probably were trying to do what Marvel did and have it be all like, have Zack Snyder be their Kevin Feige or something like that. The only difference is Kevin Feige doesn't direct the movies; he just kind of oversees the productions and makes sure that the stories are not
Yeah,
stupid.
DC doesn't. Who is the head of who is the head of that department in DC?
I don't know,
Exactly, you don't know.
but I do know that their head writer has been like this one guy, David S. Goyer, who did like the storyboards for Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, and I'm pretty sure he had a hand in Justice League.
Ew.
Yeah,
Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel.
I did not.
I
I liked it as a kid. Rewatching it,
I mean, well,
it
hey,
didn't hold
Superman
up.
does kill Zod.
And also, there's a lot of unnecessary like destruction and things like that.
Yeah, but that's the plot for Batman v Superman.
Yeah, that they did that to redeem the criticism for Man of Steel.
I don't really. It's fine.
It was a dark time. I was so excited for that movie, you know.
It's 2013.
No, 2013 was Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, 2013, yeah. Batman v Superman was 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the laptop, ladies and gentlemen. Not sponsored by the Microsoft Surface Pro 3.
I want to say it was 2015.
Might have been 2015, yeah.
2016.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah, because it was the same year of all the Civil War.
Yeah, that's
Civil
right.
War.
Yep.
That was the joke, yeah.
And everyone was all like, Batman v Superman versus Civil War. Batman v Superman will easily be the better movie. And then Civil War was like, no.
Out of the Captain America franchise, still not my favorite one.
I know you prefer Winter Soldier.
I do prefer Winter Soldier.
But I at least appreciate that Civil War has, you know, a plot and
I did enjoy
developed characters. And
I'm excited to see Zemo back in the Falcon Winter Soldier series. So.
But yeah, back to Batman v Superman. That movie just disappointed the hell out of me, you know.
Well,
I was so excited because it's like, oh my god, it's Batman and Superman in the same movie for the very first time. And they ruined it by making Superman just like be Batman. They made Ben Affleck's Batman character go against all the conventions in the comics. Wonder Woman's here for some reason. Doomsday was here for some reason.
The problem was that movie they spoiled most of it in the trailers.
And even if they didn't spoil it, it still would have been stupid. Why
Jesse
are they
Eisenberg as Lex Luthor?
That's not necessarily a bad decision.
It wasn't
his character was
character.
horribly underdeveloped.
Exactly.
He should have been the main antagonist, not Doomsday. I mean, he kind of was in the creation of it, but
yeah.
A simple fix of this is go like this. Doomsday as a character is meant to kill Superman, which, spoiler alert, he kind of does in this movie, but it's stupid. Instead, since the whole plot of it is because you use the zombified corpse of General Zod from the first movie to make the main antagonist, instead of making Doomsday, why not turn the zombified Zod into Bizarro or something like that? Bizarro is basically a zombie in the first place.
I don't work there.
I know.
What goes on over there?
Also, why is Wonder Woman in that movie? She had no reason to be in that film. They could have maybe teased her, but have her be in the film. Now it's Batman v Superman, also Wonder Woman, also Lex Luthor, also Doomsday. It's way too overbloated of a film than it actually was.
Because they were trying to play catch up, dude. They were trying to play catch up with Marvel. So let's just
But you can't do that. You can't play.
I know that. You know that. Everyone with a conscious mind knows that. But DC's like, we had to, make the Justice League. We need to speed up the process. That's my phone. Excuse me.
Is that Robert Downey Jr. himself? Hi, good to see you. Who texted you, bud?
It wasn't a text. That was a phone call.
Oh, who calling you?
My mom.
That's not nice.
No, it's probably because she's getting ready. She's already prepping for my birthday. She's like buying, she's on Pinterest and she's buying all this stuff for a party. And I was like, she keeps asking me, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't really care.
I feel like when you get to a certain age, your own birthday is a little less important to you.
This is a big one. It's 21, but I just want something small. I don't even want a party, to be honest with you.
I think you just want to go to a brewery of some kind.
Yeah, I just want to go out. I don't really want to
go
party. But my family's they love to have parties and stuff like that. So.
Excuses in the old Italian household. I know.
I mean, I don't mind it. I love getting together with my family, but it's just there's a party for everything.
Exactly. After a certain amount of time, the preparation and the cleanup just gets to be a little too much, you know.
Yeah, especially when we have a party, because my parents
much food.
There's so much stuff to clean up afterwards.
Exactly.
And it's we can't. It's always a lot.
It's always a lot.
More. I feel like it's always more trouble than it is.
Exactly.
It's you don't really get to enjoy the party.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me.
It's all right though. You know what wasn't a party? Justice League.
Oh.
Did you like that little entendre right there? That little tangent.
Yeah, sure. I did enjoy it.
Welcome to the official Tangent Podcast.
We are just a tangent podcast. We don't have any. We don't know what we're talking about until we come in here.
Exactly, but that's part of the fun, you know.
I mean, so far everyone said from what I've heard on feedback from the first episode, everyone's enjoying it.
Exactly. It's sometimes having nothing to talk about makes it entertaining, you know, because it sounds like you, the listener, are somehow a part of the conversation, even if it's stupid.
We have some good hot takes. I feel like we say stuff that people might agree with, you know.
Exactly.
So. It is what it is.
Give me a hot take, Mike, right now on the spot. Go.
I'm
waiting.
I'm thinking. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Oh wait. Oh, I just said it this morning. Oh shoot.
The audience is waiting, Michael.
Oh, I got nothing.
You got
I
nothing?
literally had something last night. I said unpopular opinion about something. I forget what it was.
Is it related to Star Wars?
No.
Is it related to food?
No.
Is it related to a movie?
Probably is. Knowing me, you know me. I'm a big movie guy. It will come to me. It will come to me.
All right, you ready for my hot take?
Yes.
I love you.
I know.
You did the thing. It's
thing,
like
yeah, I did
Star
Star
Wars, and when the
Wars,
Han
yeah,
Solo,
Solo.
it was in the thing, and then he got frozen in the carbonite.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Not the first time you said that to me either.
I think I say it a lot.
No, you said it a couple times, yeah. You ever said it to Becca?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Does she appreciate it?
She didn't get it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I had to explain, but then now it's kind of a funny thing because we do it back and forth to each other. So we also do the thing from the Family Guy episode of Star Wars.
Oh.
Yeah. We do that.
Yep,
She likes to do that because you know how.
Star Wars, am I right?
Yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars. Star Wars.
What about it? I just watched episode 2 of the Clone Wars this morning.
How was it?
It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than the first one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Are you predicting a Darth Vader appearance in this season?
No, but
No.
I'm expecting Order 66 in this series.
You think they'll rehash some of the plot points from the films?
Ooh, maybe. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so you could probably...
I mean, they might. They probably might not show it, but they'll probably talk about it. I
Right.
feel like the invasion of Coruscant will be a big deal. I think that will be definitely spoken of. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be.
I could see it.
I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, there's it's going till May. I looked up the schedule. It's May 8th's the last day.
Imagine keeping a Disney Plus subscription till May just for Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I mean, I kept it so far, even though The Mandalorian was done. So.
Yeah, I know. But did you get any use out of it?
Yeah.
Any good use out of it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm using it. That's all that matters.
I guess so. I'm just saying, is the content actually good outside The Mandalorian?
I mean, I watch movies. I just watch Marvel movies and stuff, that's really I binge watched some of the Clone Wars before the new season came out, so I've been getting use out of it. My sister's getting use out of it because she also uses the account. So.
Imagine just being Disney and just having money, because they're just planning on buying DC Comics now, it seems. So
I can't believe when you told me that yesterday. I didn't. There was a joke. That was always a joke that they're gonna buy it.
No, but now it might actually be a thing as of the date of recording.
I hope not. I mean, they need to be separate from each other. They can't, because there's no competition at that point then.
There is no competition at this point. It's literally just Disney is a monopoly.
Disney wants DC animation probably. Because the DC animated stuff's far better than anything they put out on.
Because it's handled by a team of writers that actually know the source material and want to make good stories.
It's based off comic books.
Exactly.
The Killing Joke is probably one of the best animated.
Respectfully disagree. I think the beginning sequence was awful, because the beginning sequence actually wasn't in the comic. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yes.
The one where they're on the rooftop and then they just start having sex for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that's stupid. It's stupid.
I didn't say it was perfect, but I said it was one of the best.
After it's probably really, really good. But beforehand, it was like, oh.
Well, I could take that scene out if you really wanted to.
I mean, you could, but it's in the film.
It's also illegal for me to re-edit a movie and distribute it.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I can't do that.
Dark Knight Returns, though, fantastic film, and probably a better Batman v Superman movie than Batman v Superman, and that's saying something.
Well, you can't. The animated stuff is just so far superior than any of the live.
Have you watched or read Dark Knight Returns?
I've not watched it. I've read a little bit of it.
Watch it. It's that good. And it has an appearance from a man that you know and love very well. Ronald Reagan.
Oh.
Yeah, your face lit up when I said it. You said Reagan.
Yeah.
You said Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, he's in it. It's supposed to be like a Cold War kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The main plot of the whole thing is that Superman's essentially become like a tool for the government to commit acts of war.
Is that when he becomes... Do you know the meme where he's like Communist Man?
Well, that's not...
I know it's not a part of it, but that just kind of reminded me.
No, that's an alternate universe story where Superman lands in Russia instead of Kansas.
Yeah, and he becomes Communist.
And becomes Communist Man, or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. It's a good story, but
it's interesting.
yes. Watch The Dark Knight Returns. You would like it a lot.
All right, I'll mark it down.
Hmm.
I know DC has like their streaming service. I bet I could get a free subscription for like a month and watch.
Or you could just get like the DVD version of it for like $5.
We'll see if FYE has it. FYE always has stuff like that.
Actually, they might. Yeah.
Yeah, they actually might.
It's separated into 2 parts. The whole thing is like 3.5 hours long because there's a lot, but
my weekend.
it's good. It doesn't. It's not a slow movie. It's a very very well put together thing.
All right.
A lot of people compare it as like better in many ways to some of like the live action Batman movies. If that like
Which live action ones are we talking about?
like all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just really good source material, really. So
Okay.
you know what else is really good source material? Star Wars, but they don't use it.
Why were you? I knew you were gonna go.
You know I was gonna do it.
I knew you were gonna go there.
You know I was gonna do it.
My favorite thing that they said is that Kathleen Kennedy, I believe it was Kathleen Kennedy, who is the president of Lucasfilms, said that unlike Marvel, we don't have source material to pull from, and I'm like,
But you do.
but you do.
But you do.
But it's called Legends.
And also the whole expanded universe before you made it non-canon. It would have been a far better sequel trilogy than the sequel trilogy we got.
Well, like the one thing is like Rebels and The Mandalorian pulled stuff from the
Legends.
expanded universe.
Yeah.
Like Thrawn was a major expanded universe property, and they brought it into Rebels.
They also kind of ruined it by bringing it into Rebels.
Yeah, if they
by,
brought
like-
it into maybe something like Rogue One or something like that, might have been kind of cooler.
or maybe if they had Thrawn be the main antagonist of the sequel trilogy, kind of like the Thrawn trilogy, you know?
I haven't read it. Have you read it yet?
I'm actually halfway through the comic adaptation.
Okay.
It's real good.
Is it good?
It's real good.
Is it? It's
Really good
It's how he got to become like a admiral, right?
No, he's kind of already like in power, but it's more or less kind of like the context of how he's like a bigger potential threat than a Palpatine, which you know is good
Yeah.
because it's original.
Mm-hmm.
And you also get to see like kind of like how where Luke, Leia, and Han are after the events of the original trilogy, and how like their characters have changed and evolved. Hint, hint, hint.
Yeah. But I believe at least in what Thrawn's original story was that he would actually crashed or he went to the Star Wars galaxy, whatever it may be, from another galaxy, and he was like. He was supposed to warn, you know, the Yu Zhang Vong, like
Yep.
like that was his thing. Like he became high ranking in the Empire because he was preparing the Empire for that impending war with them.
Mm-hmm. He was like a prophet or something like that.
Something like that. But
Mhm.
he's great. He's
A-
a great military strategist.
Many people, Star Wars fans, consider Thrawn to be a better character than Darth Vader. That's like how like high of a regard that they
He's
put him.
great. He is really.
It's
good.
like he's very 3-dimensional and very developed. You know.
He's definitely got for like your average Imperial Admiral. You don't really get that much backstory.
Exactly.
Unless it's like Admiral Yularen or something like that because he's in the Clone Wars and
Exactly.
stuff like that.
In Clone Wars, just
And
as-
he's also in Rebels actually for a hot second.
oh yeah, that's right. Is Star Wars Rebels good as like a whole?
First couple seasons were the last season and a half were really good because that's when they kind of started to tie it into the whole rebellion aspect and everything like that. So
Was it when they brought back Ahsoka that it started getting really really good?
I would say that I was really good when Ahsoka was introduced and then she fought Vader the first time.
Yeah, that was
That was awesome.
I wish they would have done more with that, honestly. You know, because that's build up right there.
Yeah, because then after that, then you get Ahsoka back because then they introduced like time travel in the Star Wars universe.
I
Which
don't, no,
never
I don't
seen
think it was.
again.
I don't think it was time traveling. I think it was dimension hopping, if I remember correctly.
That doesn't matter. They still haven't used it since.
Which just seems like a cop out that they would want to
And
use.
then you got Darth Maul back into it with Darth Maul was actually introduced in the same episode as Ahsoka fought Vader, so that's
Yeah.
actually so he was already a thing. But you got Obi-Wan Darth Maul.
What the hell is going to happen with Darth Maul's character?
Well, see, there's this big.
It's just in a state of limbo.
Well, I think season 7 of the Clone Wars is going to do a good job of explaining what happens because after the Clone Wars, there's that big gap until Solo, because he's in Solo.
He's in
Spoiler
Solo,
alert,
yeah,
the only good
surprise.
part about that movie, and then he dies by Obi-Wan a few years later. So like
We
this-
think.
we think.
We think.
Well, I mean, he's definitely dead in Rebels. Like he definitely dies. Like that, he's dead. Like
Yeah.
once that's.
That's my whole thing why they want to make this whole live action Obi-Wan series. It's all going to be a big build up to a final showdown between the two of them.
I hope they redo it because like the fight was fine in Rebels, but like it was just really short. And I guess it was symbolic because it was like if you looked, it was the same movement that Darth Maul used on Qui-Gon Jinn. So he like Obi-Wan knew that it was what his movement was, so he was able to get him. But it would be cool to see it in live action.
There will be, yeah.
Sam Witwer, that's the voice, and Ray Park is like the body. You know, be really sick.
Classic, you know.
Yeah.
Part of me doesn't have any hope for that live action series.
I mean, the fact that it's on hold right now
Not a
scares
good-
me
it's not a
because
good
they said
sign.
the store. There's something. They said they don't.
They
There's
said Kathleen-
creative differences, and
they said
that's what I don't like.
Kathleen Kennedy didn't like the script.
And I don't like that.
Ugh. Because you know what she did like? Episode 7, 8, and 9.
See, the problem is episode 7. It laid good groundwork. Yeah, it was a kind of almost a cop. It was basically a copy of A New Hope, but it had good groundwork. It had good groundwork.
It had potential for good groundwork. Knowing what we know now just makes episode 7 that much weaker in my eyes, you know?
Yeah, because it set up something that could have been really good.
And then it just
didn't do it.
Yeah. That sequel trilogy just makes me so disappointed, you know? But that's why I'm enjoying Thrawn so much, you know? It's like, wow, this is like new stuff that I don't know before, but I'm enjoying it, you know?
I enjoyed The Mandalorian.
Yeah, and The Mandalorian is different, and they took risks. And,
Did you watch it?
no, I did not yet. I need to, but it's, you know, good.
It is good. I can't wait for season 2.
Is that confirmed?
This November. It's a quick turnaround. It's only a year between this. By that point, it'll be a year. So.
It's possible that the pre-production was already like in place.
I would assume it probably. I guess they counted that it was going to be a success.
Also, the nice thing is it looks like by the production of those shows, it's not like a big like sort of thing because it only follows the one character. They don't have to do all this extra like crazy stuff with like all these like lightsabers and things like that. It's all bounty hunters. I know they're introducing like dark sabers in the next season. Spoiler.
Spoiler if you haven't seen it. They introduced the dark saber at the end. So that's the thing though, because the last time you saw the dark saber was in Rebels. So again, there's that big gap of time between basically the original trilogy up to the end of.
Does Rebels
5 years after Episode 6?
Does Rebels and Mandalorian take place at the same time?
No, Rebels takes place between 3 and 4. Mandalorian takes 5 years after the Empire, or something like that, or like couple.
Oh wait, that's right. Mandalorian is after.
Mandalorian's technically sequel.
After.
That's
yeah, in
sequel
between
concept.
original and sequel. That's right.
Yeah.
I wonder what else is next. Now that they're introducing this like new book series, but.
Yeah, the High Republic or whatever. They announced that this week. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really big onto the Old Republic lore of things. So
have you played the Old Republic?
I've not played the Old Republic. So if I did, I probably would get into it a little bit more. But I never just got into it. So
I wonder now that Disney has their new CEO, are they gonna just milk the ever living crap out of this franchise?
I hope. I mean, they kind of already are though, if you think about it.
Oh yeah, but like more.
No, because what do we know about this guy? He just ran Disney parks. So I don't really know.
It does introduce a Star Wars land, so.
Yeah, but.
That's a nice little water bottle slurp right there that the mic just picked up.
I figured. At this point, I'm just gonna try not to even care. Well, let's look up about this guy. Let's see what his deal is.
Yeah, gonna do some investigative journalism on the Just the Two of Us ska podcast.
Bob Chapek. That's cool.
Does he like Star Wars?
He's no Bob Iger, but he knows Disney culture. This is from the LA Times, so this is a reliable source, I feel.
Does he like Star Wars?
I don't think so. I'm not reading it. He's a 27-year veteran of the Burbank-based company. Blah blah blah. His operational experience across key Disney businesses include theme parks, consumer products, home entertainment, and film distribution. So basically everything that Disney.
Yeah, so you're reading his resume to the audience.
The one thing I see, home entertainment, so that's Disney Plus. I think this is why Bob Iger's stepping down is because of Disney Plus.
Ooh.
And that's my opinion.
Really?
Because I think it's because after The Mandalorian is over, so many people dropped their subscription.
Well, obviously, yeah.
And after the holiday, they took down like at least 30 to 40 titles off after the holidays, like Home Alone, and like a lot of older Disney stuff that they put back in the vault, quote unquote. So people got mad about that.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me as that much because there were movies that I really didn't care about, but
it affected people.
It affected people that really enjoyed those movies.
So now they just have to wait for like Marvel's properties to get back into the swing of things.
Well, Marvel's the slippery slope because they have to buy. What Netflix has some Marvel stuff on it still, so they have to wait for everything off of Netflix.
Do you think they're gonna bring Daredevil back to Disney?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I think it didn't. The whole Defender series didn't do well, and I don't think they would just bring back just for a standalone thing. since they already have the.
But it was acted really, really well.
Oh, I'm not saying
Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin.
Oh no, I'm not saying it.
Might have been the best villain in the entire MCU. Might have actually been the best villain.
That's a hot take right there.
Yeah, but think about it for a minute. He was really, really good as Kingpin. Vincent D'Onofrio, fantastic actor.
So Bob Iger he's also he's overseeing the creative endeavors for the next 2 years. He's just appointing the new guy as CEO. So he's not really leaving.
I wonder how much Bob Iger's salary is.
We could look up his net worth. You want to look up his net worth?
What's the difference between net worth and salary?
I mean, what he had. I don't know Bob Iger's salary.
Do they disclose that publicly?
I feel like
for a company like Disney, they might have to.
They have to. That's a lot.
Oh, how much?
They said this is back in 2018, $65.6 million.
Oh boy!
And I don't know if he gets stuff from like all the properties and stuff like that.
There's a chance.
Let's see his net. I'm curious of his net worth though.
What is his net worth? Mr. Disney Man.
No, it's like It's about 69 million. So that's not.
That's a lot of money.
For just being the head of a company.
Yeah, but that company is Disney. So
it's also our overlords.
Our overlords at Disney. Wonder what's going to happen next, you know? Maybe they're going to buy the oxygen that we breathe. Maybe they'll buy McDonald's next. That'll be their next endeavor. Disney Foods.
They already have foods, though. They have, like, their theme parks, and they have their
Mickey waffles and stuff doesn't count. Like, what if Disney buys, like, a restaurant chain or something like that and just plops all these Disney restaurants?
Wait. Okay, I want to see, because they own part of Fortnite. They have to own some stock in some restaurant.
Disney U.S. restaurant chains?
U.S. restaurant chains.
Watch, they own, like, something like Outback or something like that, and it's like, no, not you too.
I would die.
Not you too, not Outback.
Wait, do they own the Rainforest Cafe?
Oh my God.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh. Oh, that would make sense too.
It would make sense because I know they have a Rainforest Cafe in like their like downtown Disney area in Florida.
Oh God.
I gotta see. It's not really. I mean, the Wikipedia's not really giving me much help here.
Well, then I'll do you one better. Not sponsored by Google. Okay, Google, what restaurants are owned in part by Disney? Oh, thank you. Let's see.
Is Rainforest Cafe on there?
We're gonna find out. Let's see. Let's see. Apparently not. No.
Really?
Yeah. I'm surprised. I feel like if Disney was really going to make a big investment, maybe the food investment, maybe the food
industry.
Just
make probably one of the biggest investments since Star Wars
in Disney Plus.
No, I'm saying with the acquisition of Fox.
Oh, right.
So,
but it's already paying them off in dividends. So they have all the distribution rights. They have The Simpsons. They have everything else.
Simpsons. Do you know what the weird part is? The movie Aliens and like Predator are like Disney properties now.
Yeah.
And if you remember that scene from Infinity War with Spider-Man saying he made the reference to aliens, like, don't lay eggs in my chest.
Yeah.
Like, he should actually fear that now because...
Now a xenomorph is going to show up in Spider-Man 3.
What would Spider-Man do? Far From Home, Homecoming, Spider-Man, No Home.
Oh. Yeah.
I made the joke when they broke ties, but he's back.
He's back.
Disney's just gonna take over the world. You know that they own what? I saw a statistic. They own like
33% of like all the world's media.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Is that a monopoly at that point, or is that like?
Well, that's why they had to get permission from the government to buy Fox, because like the government, they stopped the whole monopoly stuff. But there's loopholes. They're gonna become a monopoly,
It's gonna happen one of these days. What's like the next big thing that they could buy feasibly besides DC? I don't think DC's big enough for it to be considered monopoly territory.
Rights.
Don't they already have those though?
No. Sony does.
No.
You know how much they could potentially get it for?
How much?
It's about.
Because I know Sony is very protective of that IP.
It's their moneymaker.
Yeah.
It's in the billions, I think.
Just for that one IP?
Just for the one IP.
Remember when Michael Jackson was going to buy Marvel Comics?
Did he?
He tried to.
No.
Yeah. Because remember, they tried to like file for bankruptcy because they weren't making enough money because the comic industry had like a bit of a downfall in the 90s. So one of the people set to buy some of the properties was Michael Jackson. But that didn't fall through, and they instead sold some of their IPs to the different studios. And that's how like Spider-Man. Michael Jackson.
Can you imagine, Mike? Didn't he want to be in a Marvel movie?
He wanted to be Spider-Man, didn't he?
I think he did, actually.
Yeah.
Ew.
Web swinging.
And then we got Tobey Maguire instead, which I'm fine with.
Tobey Maguire, I think, was a good Spider-Man.
I enjoyed him. I personally think he's my favorite Spider-Man, but I just probably am biased because like I grew up with that Spider-Man more, so I appreciate it.
Imagine growing up and then you see Spider-Man 3 and you're like, oh, what have you done to my character? What
I
happened?
mean, Spider-Man 2 is my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. No doubt about it.
Right.
I know yours is Into the Spider-Verse.
Because Spider-Verse is just so
it's good. No, I'm not denying it. It's good.
It's like, I don't know. That's what Sony needs to do. They need to make more risks with their animated films.
Well, they're doing it with Spider-Verse 2. They're making that.
Exactly.
Which I'm kind of nervous about because I think they ended it really well, but
it has potential to grow, you know? They just need something original, you know? And I think they could do it.
Well, I mean, with the multiverse now, it's infinite. You can do
It's
whatever.
technically infinite, yeah.
So there's always something new.
You can always bring back Tobey Maguire and...
That's confirmed potentially for Doctor Strange because you have Sam Raimi directing it.
Well... Potentially, but I'm more excited for Bruce Campbell.
I'm more excited for Bruce Campbell.
Bruce
too.
Campbell's gonna be in the
last thing
MCU.
you've seen Bruce Campbell in? The last thing I vividly remember is the show Burn Notice on USA. I
didn't see Ash vs. Evil Dead because I am a sucker for the Evil Dead franchise because they're like parody horror movies.
Oh yeah.
And Ash Williams is probably just like a badass.
He has a chainsaw and he runs around.
He has a chainsaw and he's got the shotgun and he'll swallow this and like whoa. I think Ash Williams is actually going to be in Mortal Kombat 11, which I'm kind of excited for because he would fit like right into that whole universe, you know.
Because it's a chainsaw and Mortal Kombat's very violent.
Yes, and knowing them, they would actually get Bruce Campbell to do the voice for that.
Bruce Campbell's just fun.
Bruce Campbell's just a good guy. He's a fun dude, you know.
He's a fun dude.
And now he's probably going to be in an MCU film
again.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to
like
for real
MCU film.
Yeah. I remember he had like the cameo was like the doorman from Spider-Man 1?
Spider-Man 1, he was the wrestler announcer.
Oh, he was.
He was the guy who came up with the name Spider-Man. The second one, he was the aisle director at the play. And then the third one, he was the host at the restaurant that Peter took MJ to where he was going to propose.
Yeah. Remember Spider-Man 3?
How could I forget it?
Yeah.
It introduced us to the Sandman.
And
Venom.
And
the new Green Goblin.
And emo Spider-Man. Who does dancing.
You get this rent when you fix this damn door.
Yep. What a great movie.
I blame Sony for that one. Sony ruined that one.
It was
Sam
awful.
Raimi only wanted to have the Sandman in it. But then Sony was like, no, we want Venom. But Sam Raimi was like, no. But then Sony was like, yes.
Did Sam Raimi intentionally piss on his own film because he was mad at Sony?
No, he had no choice.
Oh.
Yeah. Sony forced him to put Venom in.
Oh, did Sony force him to do emo Spider-Man and Green Goblin?
I think he probably had to rewrite the whole script because if we didn't have Venom, we wouldn't have emo Spider-Man.
Right.
So.
God, that movie would have been so much better if there was no Venom. Because, like, the Sandman is actually a very, very good character.
He was, because he was basically a person. He had, he was doing what he did.
He was like Doc Ock, you know? He had, like, all the different layers and stuff like that.
Yeah. Doc Ock was such a cool character.
Because, like, my big problem with people wanting, like, a Sinister Six, like, Spider-Man movie is, like, can you really have a Sinister Six Spider-Man movie in, like, the length of time that is, like, a movie? I feel like you would need a movie maybe dedicated to the Sinister Six and then have a movie where you have him fight Spider-Man.
I think the next villain for Spider-Man 3 is going to be Kraven the Hunter. They think he's going to be the head of the Sinister Six. And then you're going to have him, the Vulture, Mysterio. They think Mysterio's alive still. I think he is, but that would be cool. The Scorpion, Shocker.
And maybe Doc. Would they bring Doc Ock into this?
I really hope so, because I feel like you can't have a Sinister Six without Doc Ock, because he was always the leader.
And you also can't have, like, a Spider-Man thing without a Doc Ock, too.
Or they could bring Venom.
They could bring Venom. Now here's the question. Who was the guy that played Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2?
Oh, Oh my god. Oh my god. The name, I always Alfred Molina. Alfred Molina.
They should bring him back.
Ooh.
They brought back what's his face?
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, they brought J.K. Simmons back.
Alfred Molina was really good.
Alfred Molina was fantastic. What a good portrayal of that character too. What a good character too that Doc Ock is. You know.
No, see, like the first two movies set their villains up very well, and the Sam Raimi trilogy at least. Like Green Goblin, Willem Dafoe, fantastic as the Green Goblin.
Fantastic actor just in general.
He actually fought to be that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. He wasn't. Sam Raimi wasn't originally going to give it to him.
But he did,
and he acted his heart out.
He did really good.
He did really good.
He was probably the best part of that movie, in my opinion.
He definitely was. He definitely was.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was not as good in Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 was more of a character analysis because it's
Definitely.
like, how do you live as a superhero but also have a normal life at the same time?
Exactly. And that kind of aspect hadn't been explored in film yet.
No, because every superhero was like, oh, he's cool, he could do everything. But no, it doesn't show like the actual side of like trying to keep a social life with you being a hero.
Right.
What's on your phone, Alan?
I'm getting a text from none other than Jake himself.
Oh.
Yes. Hello, Jake. This is your fault. Bowling.
It is.
Yes.
What's he at? Is he asking what time we're leaving for the mall?
Yes, he is.
Oh. Do we have to go to the mall?
Yeah, we do. I mean, you don't have to. I'm not going to make you, but
I know. But
I think your girlfriend wanted to go to the mall.
Yeah, I think she's actually texted me. My phone's over there charging.
Is the Avengers theme about to go off at some point?
It might.
Give us another copyright strike.
Let me check.
Give us another copyright strike on this podcast. Hope you're enjoying. We're rebranding again. We're now the official Avengers themed podcast.
She did Snapchat me.
Oh, she did? Let's see what it is. Oh, it was nothing. Oh. All this build up for nothing. All this build up just to be wasted. You're like a failed movie franchise.
To the DCEU.
Huh.
We just talked about movies mostly today. We didn't go off on too many tangents.
No, we did. Star Wars, then DC, then.
They're all movies though.
I guess they're kind of related, but there's still plenty of tangents. You know, ska, bowling, mall trips, vinyl. Quite a smorgasbord. Smorgasbord. We talked smorgasbords.
We did talk smorgasbords.
Let me tell you about smorgasbords. Oh, yeah, we said we weren't going to talk about food, but here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Pull up my chair.
Let me pull the chair. Let me talk about smorgasbords. Smorgasbords.
In the kitchen with Alan and Michael.
Yeah, it's like a recurring bit now at this point. Smorgasbords. Very underrated. Better than buffets, because they basically are buffets, but better.
Can't you just say a buffet is a smorgasbord, though?
I guess you could, but like a buffet is usually something cheaper. But a smorgasbord is you get everything, and it's like all like really, really high quality stuff.
A buffet, you can get everything too.
I guess you could.
They're just one and the same.
I think they're just. What the hell is the difference between a buffet and a smorgasbord? That's the Michael McDonald on the computer looking up the important questions here. Difference between buffet and smorgasbord, if there is one. He's typing. He's typing, ladies and gentlemen.
It's actually a thing you can search on Google.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Survey says.
Give me a second.
You're determined.
I'm determined.
You're determined, it seems.
This is sad that I'm trying to figure out the difference. All right, a buffet is a system of serving meals in which food is placed in a public area where diners generally serve themselves. And then a smorgasbord is internationally known, sometimes incorrectly translated as smorgasbord. It is offered. This is a Swedish thing. So what's the difference?
I think at a smorgasbord you get served, but in a buffet you serve yourself.
A buffet of many small dishes. A buffet is a counter or sideboard from which food and drinks are served or may be bought. So I guess a smorgasbord is a little bit
nicer.
Nicer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might be going to one within the next couple of weeks or so, it might seem.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, I'll happily pay $15 to get a prime rib buffet, you know? It's like if I can get a 50% discount, I will absolutely take advantage of that. It'll be nice.
I mean, yeah, it's nice. We love food here.
We do love food on this podcast. The official food-themed podcast. How many rebrands do you think we're going to be doing of this podcast at some point before the next, month ends?
I don't know. We always make jokes about rebranding a lot of things, so I feel like it's going to be more than 10.
That'll be a recurring bit on this show. How many rebrands can we have? We have the Ska Podcast, MCU Podcast. Now it's a smorgasbord-themed podcast.
In the kitchen with Alan and Michael.
Rebrand the podcast. That's what we should call this.
If anyone's listening, comment if we should just do a strictly food-based podcast.
I don't think we can do that because knowing us, we'll just go off on a tangent on something else.
You're probably right.
I'm not wrong.
You're right.
But we have fun all the same, so it's great. I think the thing I like the most about this one is we don't have to do that much editing on this one. We've actually just kept a conversation going, which is nice.
No, yeah, we don't have to do too much editing.
Yeah. So funny story. Last week we tried to do an episode 2 and it was awful. It was really bad.
This is technically episode 2, but we have a lost episode.
It was real bad.
It was real bad.
Really, really, really bad. Let's just say the tangents were not very good.
Because I was kind of dead because I was kind of sick.
Yeah.
And I was just not feeling it. And we had Becca. Becca was actually here. We actually had a guest.
We had a guest, just the two of us, asterisk, and a special guest sometimes.
And it was really just taking shots at you the whole time.
Yeah, which is making fun of me.
Yeah, and that's not nice.
I mean, it happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
But, this is a far better episode, too.
Significantly better episode. Higher
better.
Quality, just better conversation, laptop research, smorgasbord, ska, it's great.
It is nice. And
Prime rib. Very good. I know it's not your favorite cut of meat, but it is very good.
It's good, yeah. I like fillets, but
But you're a fan of the bacon wrap fillet, I know.
Well, the place that I go to, they wrap it in bacon, yeah.
Yeah.
It's only one place. It's everywhere else. I don't really. It's normal with.
Just normal, yeah. You ever tried dry aging before?
Probably. I probably have.
Food snobs say that dry aging a snake is Food snobs say that a steak that has been dry aged is just apparently a superior cut of meat. Something with the way the fungus affects the moisture on the inside.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
I mean, my apartment kitchen is probably not built to dry age anything, so I can't tell you that myself.
It definitely isn't. It needs a cleaning, but
don't attack me for this.
I'm not blaming you, but it is my
little filthy, yeah.
Yeah.
My room is actually not as bad as you would think it would be. It's not
Did
super.
You pick up the water bottles that are in the corner of your room?
No, I did. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did. I actually did.
Nice.
Yeah. It needs a vacuuming though, but the problem is no one in my house owns a working.
I own a working vacuum.
I might have
but
to.
I'm not moving in until
Until a few months from now.
A few months from now.
Yeah, and then everything will be changed. Maybe.
You'll have roommates that will be cool.
What are you saying? My roommates are cool already?
Because you totally enjoy your roommates.
I do. Yeah.
That's all right. I know you really like. Devin's cool.
Yeah, he is. We're just name dropping everybody on this podcast, are we?
Name drop the other two.
No, you didn't. You know who else I could name drop? Sean DeLong.
We already name dropped him.
We sure did, but he's very excited for this mall trip, and I'm going to weasel him into taking this public transportation with me.
Well, you do that. I'm going to take a car.
Well, that's stupid.
You should come to Chris's house tonight.
Why are you name dropping this in this podcast?
Because, I think it's a housewarming party. He's invited you. It's not very kind of you to say no.
You're attacking me about this on my podcast.
Because it's the only place you'll listen to me and take me seriously.
Excuse me?
Yes.
I don't think that's how that works. And I also don't think you realize that I actually have work I have to do tonight, sir.
So do I.
Yeah. But you're not doing it?
No, because that's a Sunday problem. I just have to study for the next.
Well, okay. Well, that's different.
We can talk about this later.
I
think this is a good place to stop.
This is a good place to stop right here as Mike proceeds to choke me for not showing up to Chris King's house for a housewarming party, even though I'm a busy boy. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Tangent Podcast. Tune in next week. Who knows how many tangents will be going on next time.
So check back on the YouTube channel for this episode and many more.
If you have any sponsorship deals, feel free to just shoot us a DM.
Our Instagram and Twitter is in the YouTube About section if you want to contact any of us.
I don't know why, but if you would, hey, we'll certainly take it,
We'll
you know?
certainly take it,
We
yeah.
could use the money from the sponsorship deal to go get a smorgasbord, you know?
You really want a smorgasbord?
It all comes full circle, baby.
But I think that's all the time we have for it. So
In
I'm
that
Michael
case-
McDonald.
And I'm Alan Agostino. Have a wonderful night, and an even better tomorrow. Good night.